Hello everyone, I'm going to show you what it's like underneath the house. It's now somewhat ready for us to do that. We have my pile of, my very small pile of broken pottery and whatnot that I was asked my friend to collect. We shall see if they actually ever want it now that once they look at it. Just give you a quick review of it. So the house is on pier and beam here. Over here it transitions to on slab right here. I have a new entryway that I've been working on, expanding it. I can now get underneath there from here, so that's a good point. We will be going underneath the house kind of here, way back there in a moment. So give you a reference point to where we're going. All right, we have the handy dandy light, which works rather well. Interesting, it does not shine that well on the screen, which is not a bad thing, I guess. All right, so under we go. As long as we can both see, that's all that matters. So this was the first area that I channeled out on this side of the house. So I'm down the house to about that fence there on this side is all pretty much ready. There might be a few little things left to do, but we shall see how that goes. So we'll be crawling through here. That is the other entranceway I pointed out a few minutes ago. There used to be a very rusty pipe that was here that I pulled out last night. I forgot to take, well, I didn't really break at. I didn't think about taking pictures of the pile of rusty pipe that I pulled out because I didn't think anyone would steal it. But this afternoon when I came outside to start working after work, I realized that it was gone. So it's kind of shocking. So this area here is nice, pretty clean now. Those piers I'll do from the outside. Well, kind of from the outside. So I can probably stick my head underneath and do it. Over there is some plumbing we'll get to see in a little bit. And there is another part of the entranceway over there. So there's another channel that I built that I pointed out such a moment ago. And some electrical cable down here that I brought down yesterday so I can cut some pipe. I did actually chicken out on one pipe because I'm not sure if it's actually tied into. I don't think it's highly unlikely it's tied into anything. You can see that there's glass everywhere. Like, even though I've been down here cleaning and scraping and digging it out. So I've been trying to make a little bit of channels here. You see, it kind of comes down a little bit. So it gives me about 20 inches of space to play with here based on this light. So it's not too bad. And you can see that I have, there go a whole bunch of spots to jack the house up next to all the piers on here. So that's all ready to go. Some of them have piles of wood in them right now, but not a big deal. I'll move them later. They might come in handy, or they might get buried. Who knows? All right, now we're going to the next section here. You can see that all the wood and whatnot of the house. This is the original half of the house, which is actually kind of shocking to see how much stuff is in this dirt here, considering that this is the old part of the house. So this house was built in 1942. So now, look, even here, little pieces of glass, right there. So pick them up, at least put them off to the side so that I won't be cutting up my fancy, sexy outfit. I want it to last as long as I can because I'm going to be down here a lot. All right, we're in the next section. We have my apple. So somebody or something has brought my apple down here. So I had an apple out there that I threw out there because it was rotten away. And something decided that it was more fun to eat it down here. Interesting. All right. Well, they didn't eat very much of it. Oh, and by the way, this will be my third tarp down here. So this tarp is still covered in a lot of dirt. The dirt's not really in my way, so I'm not worried about it right now. Once I lift the house a bit further, I will then deal with it. Let's go that way first. We'll crawl through this area here. Knock the apple out of the way. I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. There's lots of mosquitoes down. There's lots of mosquitoes on here, and I think that's why when you're in the backyard and it's really hard to be in the backyard here, because the backyard in the summertime is just covered in mosquitoes, and I think this is the reason why. Because I can see little dots everywhere, but you can see that now that I've actually done a little bit of excavation, it's not. You can see a little bit of dryness to it, so that's a good sign. And well, that's not okay. That's not glass after all. So I do have another way in here to climb in if I want. And over there I have another way to get into, because all this pipe here is problematic otherwise. So yeah, let's move on and see what else we have. So there's the newer sewer line. They put this in, I think, the year before I moved in here, because I know that the plumber was working on it. So I think that's when it was done. I'm just guessing. I do know that some of the plumbing has been done when I bought the house, because you can tell that there was spots that were open, and you can see there was like new lines and whatnot. So I'm not sure if this is new, but at least some of the stuff that kind of shoots off from it was new. But then of course the year before I bought the house, they had that big freeze on here. Went down to like minus 10 Celsius. I think it's about minus 20 Fahrenheit. Like, remember my conversions. So go this way. Down there is the spot where I have just dug out. So I can go under the house over there. We'll do that after. That'll be my getaway point. So let's go this way. You can see that I still have more clay or pottery everywhere. And I did not bring a shovel in here because I only have 2 hands. So it's crazy how much there is here. And as I crawl on, and a piece of glass too. You can see how there's a piece of glass right there and a piece of pottery shard there. And it's just like everywhere in this dirt. It's not just this in the top level, like that first top inch or two, it goes on at least 6 inches, because as I'm digging those holes by the footings, I have actually found glass sticking out from under a footing. So I pulled it out, but it's like, oh, it's everywhere. All right, so from this area here, this will be the last section we go to. I may not actually go all the way in there, but I'll poke my head in a little bit. The glass, yeah, more glass. I don't know what the glass is. I think that's actually coal. It has a bit of a shiny look to it. All right, so can we do it from here? Okay, so on the other side of that white pipe there is the other side of the house, and it was filled with dirt. I kind of used a rake and a shovel to kind of pull the dirt out and knock it down so I can get some airflow. So that now this area here is getting a little bit, well, you can't feel the air. I can feel like a light breeze. So that's not too bad. It'll help out here. So it's drying out a little bit. This area was like super wet. It still is pretty wet down here. And over there, you can see the pipe and some bugs. That pipe is the pipe that I was going to cut out. It's actually in fairly good condition as pipes go down here. Other pipes I've been pulling out have been like rusted, like you couldn't believe. It's crazy. But because it's been capped off, I thought, well, I'll go to the other side, and that'll be tomorrow's job if it doesn't rain too much. And I will investigate that area and see if I can actually see if that pipe is actually terminated someplace else. And if it is, then we're good. Over there, way over there, is part of the, I guess we'll call it the media room. So above this is the media room, or a bed, or a bedroom, or whatever you want it to be. It was originally a small, very small garage, but calling it a garage is pretty overstating things. So more glass. Where's my other glass? There it is. So eventually I'll be coming down here and I will have more glass too. All right. And I will be down here with my bucket or pail and I will clean it up. Since right now I have my phone and my trusty light in my hand, that's not gonna happen. All right, getting close to the end of this tour. I'm hoping you have as much fun as me on this 5-star tour of my dungeon that's now clean. I have filled a garbage can, literally filled one of those big ass brown garbage cans with the crap just on this side of the house from this week. And I was working on this area last week too. But the garbage man came and removed that load, which was not as much as this week, but it's crazy. Clay and, not clay, but pottery and metal and chain. I found a chain for a dog, like rusted out chain that it was used for a dog at some point because it had a collar on it. The collar was in decent condition, the chain was not. So I'm hoping, I'm not sure I have enough space here, but I'm hoping that I do not have to go outside and tear off siding and OSB and whatnot to do this, but I'm going to try and jack it up from underneath here by putting another board underneath this board and bolting it in and then jacking up on that. And I think I have another video of that already. If not, well, there will definitely be another video coming on that topic. But hopefully that works. And since I'm going to lift this up another 18 inches, I was thinking that, hey, you never know. This might make a great little storage spot. It's pretty, overall it's pretty big for a storage area, so who knows. The area just above me right here is also like a closet. In fact, this here used to be the original wall of the house, and I had it extended 3 feet out to make this room actually somewhat usable. So that turned out to be one of the best decisions I made. Cost me a bit of money, but that's okay. It was worth it, I think. All right, so I'm about to end this tour, so you don't have to actually crawl out with me. But there is our exit, and I hope you had as much fun as I did. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.